The carnivore diet is originally what made me understand worshiping cows, like the ancient Israelites doing their cow worship thing. Now, I digress on that point, but I do believe like raw milk, for instance, is very useful in aiding bile production, as are eggs, in aiding bile production, as is salt, magnesium, drinking lots of high quality water. Vitamin D, the gene expression, vitamin D activates over 600 genes, I believe, probably far more than that, but vitamin D is also very helpful in this. So in adapting to carnivore, which I do now, I eat only beef, salt, and water. I've done that for 2.5 weeks. My skin is a lot clearer. Beard's coming in a little bit thicker. Not too noticeably yet though, but probably much more so as it comes on, just simply because the last time I did carnivore years ago, that was when I actually developed the ability to grow real facial hair. But beef, salt, and water for 2.5 weeks, because otherwise I cannot sleep. I think this is something to do with resetting gut microbiome, gene expression, metabolism, the whole 9 yards, everything to do with that. And I'm just in this for the long haul. I'm going to keep doing beef, salt, water for at least 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year, maybe push it, go off a little bit, fermented foods, probiotic foods for the hormonal benefits, but I'm probably going to end up staying on carnivore for 80% of my life. But beef, salt, and water is the way, in my opinion, to do carnivore. Why is that? Well, that's what I'm doing right now. Why am I doing that right now? Because I can't do anything else. Nothing else is really working for me. There could be deficiency. Maybe other foods do not give my body enough nutrients to produce the bile necessary to break down these other foods. Maybe there's something to do with my own particular genome, liking beef and fat from beef over other foods. Maybe there's something to do with these other foods feeding bad gut microbiome, bad gut bacteria, bad gut fungus, whatever's going on in there, and producing endotoxins. I feel like there's an endotoxin effect. Like when I've been eating cheese and stuff, I'd reintroduce cheese and just pure endotoxin. I'd feel like my brain just kind of, not quite in the soy sense, but just in like I could feel like when I eat too much carbs without probiotics, my gut would blow and I would get this, like, it's like endotoxin. I believe it's endotoxin and produced by bad bacteria, my brain absorbing that and having to shut down and just not really be able to deal with it. Right now I'm very, very, very lucid though. I'm very coherent because no endotoxin, just no fermenting fiber, nothing like that. Just beef, salt, water, but lots of salt, lots of magnesium. I'm taking my own B vitamins, zinc, gluconate, vitamin D. I find these all really help. I need these to really feel my best. But at the same time though, for meat, beef, ribeye cut, very, very fatty, that helps keep the iron out of your cells, keeps your cells from absorbing too much iron. It's a problem people run into when they do too lean of a carnivore diet, and also with gut dysbiosis, you can run into that problem as well. Right now I'm drinking a lot of green tea as well. Green tea, I also believe, is very, very, very helpful for preventing iron overload in a carnivore diet. Though if you do a high enough fat diet, you don't cheat, you don't drink alcohol, and you stay on it, your body adapts as well. So there's this factor in just adapting. You're finding what works, but you're also adapting to what works. So even on beef, salt, and water, a week ago, I had like a night I didn't sleep at all, but like I still like, or it's kind of like just days dozing there, but I'm like, okay, if I just stick with it, I'll keep sleeping. Slept again night after that, and then like had another night of like kind of crappy sleep like 2 nights ago, but then slept really well like last night. And it's just like, but I feel great though. Like I feel way better, and I'm just letting my body slowly adapt. My hunger will go up, my hunger will go down. Some days I eat like 3 to 4 pounds of steak, other days I'll eat like 1.5 pounds. And my body's just adjusting. I'm just sticking with this mono variable diet while I take the supplements. No magnesium stearate, no cellulose, no brown rice flour or anything like that in those, because those are all terrible. That messes with me. I think that messed with me the first time I was on carnivore, as well as the artificial sweeteners and stuff, which I'm completely avoiding. Though I do take caffeine that I cap myself because it's amazing. I love caffeine, but I hate the stuff that's also in those pills that you can get at the store or in energy drinks, God forbid. And even coffee. Coffee doesn't really do it for me, though. Green tea is really nice. I've been loving green tea right now on a carnivore diet, which can be considered by many carnivore purists not carnivore, or they're like talking about oxalate dumping and stuff, but really I think it's kind of the next level. I think that green tea and even chlorella occasionally are going to aid our bodies in their natural detox process, which helps our metabolism stay high. Maybe you don't need it if you don't have issues, but I found those actually help me stay on the carnivore diet long term, prevent nausea or anything like that from occurring on the carnivore diet. And I think people might be able to try these things and see success. So try those things if you haven't, and subscribe for more. Oh, and another thing I want to add is that the carnivore diet has been followed by a lot of people in the past. Vilmar Stephenson, the Arctic explorer, did it for his whole life after traveling through the Arctic, or I know at least most of his life, maybe even his whole life. There's many, many other people as well. The Inuit eat primarily carnivorous diet. The Maasai in Africa eat a primarily carnivorous diet. I believe this has to do with metabolic typing, described by William Wolcott in his book, but really just the phenomenon where this isn't proven per se, but gene expression links to, like, gene expression in our mitochondria, RNA expression, I believe, links to what's going on in our gut, because our gut microbiome runs on RNA because it's bacteria, and so does our mitochondria, also runs on RNA. So I believe that the RNA expression of our mitochondria likely is highly dependent on what's going on inside of our guts, and therefore a certain amount of the population does far better on a fat and protein based diet, and probably the other half of the population, or a third of the population, does best on a carbohydrate based diet, and a third of the population does best intermixing these things. So even the Maasai will eat the fermenting innards of animals. They have like vegetation in them. The Eskimos will do that as well with seals. They'll eat what's in seal intestines and stuff that's fermenting. So going off of pure beef, salt, and water to eat fermenting foods of various types, fermented apples, yogurt, kombucha, this is very traditional in a highly carnivorous diet sense. Also, refusing to do that is, I believe, the cause of most long-term carnivores' issues. I think these enzymes are essential for the production of bile and many, many, many other things that we need as carnivores and meat eaters.